Hello everyone, Untitled, welcome to part 2 of my the Biomes You'll Go mod overviews, specifically the fabric version. So yeah, we've already looked at some of the blocks, as well as some of the other aspects, like the ores, tools, and certain other things you encounter, like food. But we'll take a look at some of the actual biomes, see the flowers, and how things generate. So it gives a lot more context to where and how you'll find many of these things. So we'll just go to locate biome, and we'll take a look, and you can see there's obviously quite a lot of biomes here. So we'll just go through sort of like the main ones, and if we find anything like a clearing or an edge biome or hills biome, we'll probably ignore them. Or just maybe fly around and see if we find them. But obviously we're just going to go between sort of the general stuff here. So we'll just go to here, we'll go to an AlliumFields first, and see what happens. So we'll go all the way over here, 4,000 blocks away, and we have some purple allium bushes, which are being used for purple dye. And otherwise it seems to be next to the swamp, along with some oak logs there and some red oak leaves. So a red oak tree, I assume. We can see there's some rivers and a few other things among some other oaks. And then if we go here, we're in a red oak forest, so that's possible to generate, I assume, beside it. We've next got the Aspen Forest with a bunch of bushes and some trees, and along with that we have a yellow daffodil and a rose, and also a orange daisy. Cave in there. And then we'll just sort of look from above and sort of see what that looks like. So that's, we'll just fly over a bit more and see if we get another biome generating alongside that. Probably not. So we're getting into a plains and desert now, so that's not mostly what we want. So we'll move over. Actually, I did probably miss this flower or bush. No, that's just peonies. Okay. Just had to be sure. Alright, so go to the next biome on the list, which would be the Alpine Foothills. So let's wait for that to appear. There we go. So 5,000 blocks a different direction. And we'll just make our way up here. This is pretty much a snowy biome by the looks of things, with some alpine bellflowers. And a ton of mountainous areas. Is it a... yep, so that's a snowy taiga. So we've got a bunch of snow blocks and stone, I mean. And interesting sort of formation there. We've got a few other things. So, and then we're at the Alps. So you've got the foothills, obviously, which is sort of the sides. You've got the Alps at the very top, of course. We do have a tree here, which happens to be a pine tree. So we've got those. Okay, so next we have the Amaranth Beans. And I'm assuming we'll find some amaranth trees or certain other flowers. So we've got a few different colors here, with the amaranth bush, cyan one, and orange one, giving obviously the corresponding dyes, and some red dye on the amaranth one. Let's see, so we'll just fly around a bit and we'll see what else we get. It's just the fields then. Got some blue enchanted logs, and an enchanted forest. This is going to be a birch forest, yep. So we've got the green and the blue here as well, along with some mushrooms. So white mushroom stem, which you can use in the composter, along with the mushroom block, is also used for a composter and decoration and such. So you come across a few of those. Yeah, that's just the log then. And a few other mushrooms such as the weeping milk cap. And we'll see if we can find anything else as well, such as the brown mushroom or wood bluet. I assume that is. I assume that's probably about it. The rest is just a lot of the same there. And the cypress trees, along with some other stuff in our cypress swamplands. Like so. There's another biome. That'll just go on for a bit with a bunch of lily pads, some water, I assume a few bits and pieces underground. Such as like trying to be like roots, I assume, of the trees. We've got woods and mire, which we're not going to need to look at, so we'll move on to the next one, which we've seen the Aspen. We'll go to the AutumnalValley. We'll just get out of here. So we've got a few trees, such as a pine and a fir, along with obviously a mountain, and we've got some stone and some overgrown stone here. On the other side we've got some meadow dirt and grass, some water down there, and we'll just go up here and see what it's like in a bluff steps. And there's also some snow in it as well. I assume probably the same sort of trees here. Notice I've got some spruce trees, got some fir, and I've got pine, and a bit of mossy cobble in there as well. With a aspen tree, it seems. And then for flowers we have a white sage or so, and a anemone, I assume. Anemone? I'm not sure. A pink one of that. Along with, yep, so look at that, which is just white dye. So we'll go the other direction and see what's actually off the mountain, just in case. Let's see if there's anything else out in this valley area. So we've got a bunch of pumpkins with some dark oak logs. I'm just trying to mimic a pumpkin here, which is quite interesting with a structure. And the more we go along, we've just got mostly a bunch of those, as well as some pumpkins, some hills on occasion, and other stuff. We've got a cold swamplands, like so, with a few animals, a bit of water, and some, I assume, yep, some oak trees, or trying to be, some swamp-related trees and such. We've got some reeds, which we can use for brown dye, or a composter, and a few other things. So we'll just fly around a bit more and see what else we can find. We've got a bog in between that, which I assume makes up here the sort of water, the lily pads and such. Kind of bit of the land, not really. Which obviously a witch hut can generate in as well. We've got obviously underneath some mud as well, which is just adding to the world, and then that's obviously just some clay. There is also peat though, which I'm not sure if we'll see in any of these biomes that easily either. I'm not exactly sure where it generates, so we'll have to take a look.